At what time between 6 and 7 are the hands of the clock 5 minutes apart? So how do we solve this question? See, first let us find out what 5 minutes apart means. Now 5 minutes apart means the hour hand and the minute hand are 5 minute spaces apart. In the beginning we discussed that the complete dial of a clock can be considered to be divided into 60 equal parts called as minute spaces, right? Or a full circumference of a clock has 60 minute spaces. Now between the two hands of the clock we have 5 minute spaces, or what is the angle that is there between the hands of the clock now? It is nothing but 30 degrees. How do I say 30 degrees? See, the full clock is divided into 360 degrees, or that is equivalent to 60 minute spaces. So how many degrees does 5 minute spaces represent? 5 minute spaces represent 30 degrees, or I can say that the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand is 30 degrees. Now if I say the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand is 30 degrees, between time 6 and 7 there are two possibilities that can come. So the time is between 6 and 7 here. So one possibility is the hour hand is somewhere here and the minute hand is somewhere here. Now this angle will be 30 degree. The second possibility is where the hour hand is somewhere here and the minute hand is somewhere here. Again you will have another 30 degree. So there will be two times between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock when the angle between the hands of the clock is 30 degree. So you have to find both of these times and check with the options as to which is the correct options. See, somewhere around 6:40, around that time the angle between the hands of the clock will be 30 degrees, and similarly, and somewhere around 6:25 the angle between the hands of the clock is going to be 30 degrees. So let us try to find out both these. So there are two cases, right? The first case is this one. Let us take this as the first case, that is when the minute hand is behind the hour hand. So the minute hand is behind the hour hand means what is the formula to calculate the angle between the hands of the clock? It is nothing but theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m, or that is equal to, here you have 30 into h you know is already 6, correct? See, time is between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, so time in terms of hours is 6, minus we don't know how many minutes after 6 o'clock is this angle 30 degree. So I know the angle, I know the hours, and I just have to find out the minutes. So what is the minutes? 11 by 2m is equal to 30 into 6, that is 180 minus 30, or minutes is equal to 150 into 2 by 11. So 150 into 2 by 11, that is 300 by 11, or this is equal to 27 3 by 11 minutes past 6, right? Now 27 3 by 11 minutes past 6. This is the first case. Now next when will this angle between the hands of the clock be 30 degree? That is when the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand. So again in this case theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. So here I have theta as 30, that is equal to, I have to find out the minutes when this is happening, and h is 6. So when you solve for this, what will you get? You will get m is equal to 180 plus 30, that is 210 into 2 by 11, that is 420 by 11, which is equal to 38 2 by 11 minutes. So in both of these times, right, that is 27 3 by 11 minutes past 6 and 38 2 by 11 minutes past 6, the angle between the hands of the clock is going to be 30 degrees. So if you look at the options, the correct answer that we are looking at is option C, both A and B. Both of these are correct. At what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of the clock be together? So what are they asking here? They are asking when will the hands of the clock be together between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Together means the angle between the hands of the clock is nothing but 0 degree. Hands of the clock are together means the angle between the hands of the clock is 0 degree. When will that happen? So if we apply if we use the formula that we have learned, what is the formula that we have learned? We know theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. If the minute hand is behind the hour hand, or I can say theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h if the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand. Whichever be the case, here theta is 0 degree, or if theta is 0, what does that mean? I can say 30h is equal to 11 by 2m. So whenever theta is given as 0 degree, you can directly say that 30 into h is equal to 11 by 2m. So here what is the value of h? H is 3, right? Because they are asking between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, when will the hands of the clock be together? So I just have to find out what is the value of m. What is m here? 30 into 3, that is equal to 11 by 2m, or m is equal to 30 into 3 into, that is 90 into 2, which is equal to 180 by 11. So the minutes is nothing but 180 by 11 minutes past 3 o'clock. So which is the correct answer here? Answer option 180 by 11 is nothing but 16/4 by 11. That is option C. So always remember, whenever theta is equal to 0 degree, I can say 30h is equal to 11 by 2m. And you have to just put in the values and arrive at the answer. Next one. At what time between 6 and 7 will the hands of the clock be perpendicular? So how do we solve this question? See, between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, there will be 2 times when the hands of the clock will be perpendicular to each other. If I take this as 12, 6, 3 and 9. So somewhere around 6:15, right? Somewhere around 6:15, the angle between the hands of the clock will be, somewhere around 6:15, the angle between the hands of the clock will be 90 degree. Not exactly 6:15, somewhere near 6:15, like 18 minutes, 6:18 or something, yeah? So at this point, the angle between the hands of the clock will be 90 degree. See, there will be one more time between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock when the angle between the hands of the clock will be 90 degree. That is somewhere here, right? See, when this is going to be your hour hand and your minute hand will be somewhere here. So at this point also, the angle between the hands of the clock would be 90 degree. Okay, so there are 2 times between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock when the angle between the hands of the clock will be 90 degree. One time is around 6:15, the other time is around 6:45. So we have to find out the time. Now for this question, so generally how will we do it? See, we know there are 2 formulas, right? Theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. So using this, you can find the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand when the minute hand is behind the hour hand. Similarly, you can say theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. Now this is when the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand. So both of these formulas you can use and find out both these angles, right? Both these timings. At what time the angle between the hands of the clock is perpendicular. But here, if you look at the options, see, as I said, one time that we are looking at when the angles will be perpendicular to each other is around 6:15. Let's say it might be 6:17, 6:18, whatever. The other time is after 6:30, basically around 6:45. Now, if you look at the options very clearly, you can see that this is the angle that they are looking for, because all the options are like that, right? 49 1 by 11, 57 1 by 11, 47 1 by 11, 41 1 by 11. Basically, all the timings or the minutes that is given here is after 6:30. So you have to find out only this angle. So what is the formula that you will have to use? So when I have to find out this angle, I can see that the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand. So if the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand, which is the formula that you use? This formula. So what will you get? Theta is equal to, now I know theta is already equal to 90 degree, which is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into 60, or what can you say? You can say 11 by 2m is equal to 180 plus 90, that is 270, or m is equal to 540 by 11, which is equal to 49 1 by 11. So I can say that 49 1 by 11 minutes past 6, the angle between the hands of the clock will be perpendicular to each other. The correct answer that we are looking here is option A, 49 1 by 11. Remember, you should not waste your time finding out this angle. Look at the options very clearly. You can see that this is the angle that they are referring to. So you just need to find out this one value.